From Carmignani Field on the campus of Shepherd Hill Regional High School in Dudley, Massachusetts, Charter TV3 presents live coverage of Central Mass High School football. Tonight, we kick off the season with a big Division II matchup as the Westborough Rangers visit the Shepherd Hill Rams. High school football is back on Charter TV3. Hello, everyone, and welcome down to the field. I'm Kevin Shea, joined alongside by Andy Lacombe. Opening game, Andy. Last year, it was Shepherd Hill that won this one in a nail-biter the Rangers have not forgotten.
Yeah, it's certainly something that has motivated Westborough in the offseason, in the weight room, and in preseason camp. Both of these teams went hard in the preseason, had good scrimmages, and for Shepherd Hill, it's a team in Division II looking to make a statement here in Week 1.
It is Shepherd Hill and Westborough. We're back with the opening kickoff right after this.
Hi, I'm Peter Alden, and welcome to another exciting season of the Friday Night Football Frenzy. I'm proud to be leading an experienced banking team and helping you with all your financial needs. Bay State Savings Bank has invested in our local community since 1895, and we take no greater pleasure than in helping our customers reach their financial goals. So congratulations to all our local student athletes. We're Bay State Savings Bank. We take banking personally.
Need a better battery? We have every size, shape, and style. Interstate All Battery Center. Outrageously dependable.
A Bay Path education is a complete education. Our highly trained teachers and counselors help you succeed in the career path that you choose. As a Bay Path graduate, you'll be prepared to go on to college or compete in the 21st century workforce. A Bay Path education is a fun education. Come, be a chef, play sports, make friends at Bay Path. Bay Path Regional Vocational High School. We are committed to your success.
I'm Kevin Shea. When I need expert accident repair, Carsmetics in Worcester is the only choice. Like you, my car takes a beating driving here in New England. At Carsmetics, they strive to bring fast, flawless, and for less service. From dent repair to headlight restoration, Carsmetics is the place for state-of-the-art accident repair. Call Carsmetics today for a free exact quote and check them out online at carsmetics.com. Carsmetics, right on Gold Star Boulevard in Worcester. And tell them Kevin Shea sent you.
For over 60 years, Porter & Chester has been providing its students with career training for today's jobs. Porter & Chester instructors are industry veterans who bring you a hands-on approach to learning, teaching only those skills needed for your new career with a schedule that works for you. Porter & Chester also has a dedicated team that works to help you succeed in every part of your job search. Financial aid is available for those who qualify. Porter & Chester, career training for today's jobs.
Whether it's sales, parts, or service, Proterra Nissan is your central New England Nissan dealer.
Proterra Nissan has your winning service lineup with our 20-minute lube, oil, and filter guarantee. The newly redesigned 2013 Altima, which gets 38 miles per gallon. It's sure to put a smile on your face and keep some extra cash in your pocket. How about a new Rogue? Proterra Nissan of Auburn has it for just $99 a month.
From big to small, we've got it all. At Proterra Nissan, your #1 dealer in central New England.
Welcome to Cold Stone in Millbury.
Cold Stone Creamery in Millbury is the place to indulge your ice cream dreams all year round. Our super premium ice cream and pies are made fresh daily on the premises. Pick up a delicious, freshly made ice cream cake for any occasion at Cold Stone Creamery of Millbury at the shops at Blackstone Valley. So come into Cold Stone Creamery at the shops at Blackstone Valley in Millbury now for the ultimate ice cream experience.
Come to Cold Stone!
Warning, black ice, slushy driving conditions.
The Central Massachusetts Safety Council offers hands-on driver training at our 950-foot track located in West Boylston, just off I-190, exits 405.
My youngest son, Michael, was involved in an automobile accident and was able to avoid serious injury to himself and others as a result of the training that he received at the skid school.
Call 508-835-2333. That's 508-835-2333.
College and high school football on Charter TV3 is brought to you in part by Bay State Savings Bank, Herb Chambers Hyundai of Auburn, and Quabog Regional High School.
Chris Lindstrom, the head coach of the Shepherd Hill Rams, former NFL player, played with Joe Montana, and the San Francisco 49ers. Part of, you talk about the Gronkowskis, 3 Gronkowski brothers in professional football, 3 Lindstrom brothers, all played in the NFL. Quite a football family. Mark Ellis, in his 12th season as the head coach of Westborough, the former quarterback out of Norwich University. And he is leading the Rangers here tonight. Both teams have had some injuries in the preseason. Both teams without some starters tonight.
May not be a nicer guy in Central Mass football than Mark Ellis.
No, I don't think you will.
Very well respected among his colleagues. When we talk to coaches around Central Massachusetts, they know Westborough will be well coached and prepared.
Yeah, they all say that. They all rave about the coaching job that Mark Ellis does at Westborough. How he has his kids prepared.
Spin it around here, please.
And what a class act he is.
You can see Tom Lawton, that's number 20 right there. He's one of the captains who's not in pads tonight. That's a big loss for this Westborough team. He's a talented kid.
Good luck.
Shepherd Hill said they were banged up. They played some tough scrimmages against St. John's, Shrewsbury, and Westborough prepared in the preseason with Gardner, Doherty, and then the Ellis Bowl down in Connecticut. Mark Ellis's brother coaching down in Waterford.
They were without 7 starters for that scrimmage, and Mark called his brother and said, listen, if you want to call it off, let me know, because it's a few hours on the bus for us one way, and we're going to be without 7 starters. So if you think you can get something out of it with a lot of our 2s going against your 1s, hey, we'll do it. We'll love it. But if you think it's not going to help you, we don't want to just take a country drive for no reason. They went down, and he was very pleased with guys that were second and third team guys that went up against first team guys and did a heck of a job. Good experience for those guys, get some confidence.
Well, you can tell by the anticipation of opening night of football and getting a look at this Shepherd Hill team by the amount of coaches and assistant coaches from competing teams that are here tonight, just to left to our broadcast position. Shepherd Hill is a highly touted team, or at least they were highly touted by me in the frenzy last week.
Michael Heffernan, the sophomore, back deep to receive for Westborough. Along with Kevin Sanders, the junior. And Chris Dudding will kick it off for Shepherd Hill.
You won't see a lot of kick deeps with Shepherd Hill. Expect a squib from Dudding.
And there they go. Pretty good kick from
Dudding. That's pretty good.
Sanders, nice job fielding it, picking his way upfield, is hammered at the 30-yard line. And the Rangers offense will take over an excellent field position after a 16-yard return from Kevin Sanders.
And there's Dan Orlando, the junior quarterback for these Westborough Rangers. He's the 6th in a long line of Orlandos. They're like the Beatles, plus a couple in Westborough.
It's incredible. If you look at the athletic exploits of the Orlando family through the years, football and basketball and baseball, and the mark they have left on Westborough High School. Here is Dan Orlando out of the shotgun. Hands it off to the fullback Phillips on first down.
Offensively up front, it's a relatively new line for Westborough. Josh Tartaglia, Robbie Butler, Thomas Katowski, David Tubman, and Robert Conley up front. Connor Joyce is the tight end. Kevin Sanders, the flashy receiver. With Dan Orlando under center at times, Anthony Phillips, Michael Heffernan, and Michael Gallo featured backs in this wing T multiple offense. You'll see wing T, you'll see some option, a little pistol, everything but the eye this year.
And Orlando under center, toss sweep this time to Gallo. Gallo's got some speed. He's a veteran back there. He's got a lot of turf in his face mask right now.
Defensively for Shepherd Hill, James McGuigan, Jamison Rotundo, Cam McDonald, and Ladoni Gianluca up front. Tyler Simmons, Chris Dudding, who was huge in the middle of that defense, and Alexander Sinney, game captain today. Zach Goddard is the cornerback, with Drew Ravenel also the quarterback, and then Brad Picard, Jake Gelb. It's an athletic group in the defensive backfield for this Shepherd Hill team.
So it's third down. Orlando on the keeper on the option, got a lot of room to run. Orlando's across midfield to the 40, 30. Orlando foot race to the end zone, and he is taken down inside the 10-yard line. A tremendous run by Orlando, and Westborough is knocking on the door.
You know, and he sells it with the fullback dive. Look at the ball movement, the ball fake as Orlando keeps it behind that line. Everybody draws to the middle, and Orlando gets outside and uses his speed. 54 yards, and you know, like the Beatles, you got Dan who can throw and run. You have Peter who can throw. Brian will run over you. Everybody does a little something different in this Orlando family. That's a heck of a run right there.
And a great job, a good angle taken in the secondary to prevent the touchdown. Ball on the 8-yard line. We'll see what we have here. Officials looking over at the side. It may have had a timeout, Westborough. Yep, the Rangers indeed taking a timeout as they're going to shift some personnel. Connor Joyce coming into the game.
College and high school football on Charter TV3 brought to you in part by ABC Drivers Ed, by Arcade Snacks, Bay Path Regional Technical High School, Bertera Nissan of Auburn, Carl's Oxford Diner, Carsmetics, Interstate Batteries, and Unibank. Well, that's a heck of a run for this offense to start things off and get the ball moving on the road, because when you turn it over to Shepherd Hill and the road graders start going, they can hold on the ball for a long time. So it's vital for Westborough to get on the board first here.
Phillips, and nothing doing. The Shepherd Hill front four bowing up and stopping that one.
Jamie Rotundo right in the middle there, and Dudding 24. There's Rotundo 82. He may have sang the national anthem here in the pregame, because a couple of these big defensive linemen are on that award-winning show choir group that they have here at Shepherd Hill.
Renaissance men.
Yeah, they are true Renaissance men.
It's an impressive display of talents to have that wide variety.
The show choir called Fantasy, award-winning here at Shepherd Hill.
Second and goal from the 8. Orlando, the end around. And a beautiful defensive job that time by Dudding. Looked like there was some space, and Dudding just closed so quickly for a big guy. 6 feet, 276.
Yeah.
But look at the speed, and again, the smarts, the football smarts, takes a good angle.
He gets out, he gets through the Westborough blocking scheme and just tears down the running back. And you know, Dudding, that's one thing his coaches talked about. Chris Lindstrom said he's a big guy. I'd like him to be a little bit lighter, but he moves so quick, and he is jacked all the way through. You know, he's not a heavy kid. He is a strong kid.
Toss sweep, a straight sweep. And the Hill bowing up again. This time it was Michael Heffernan, the sophomore, trying to get to the pylon, but Shepherd Hill going right down the line of scrimmage.
Now, good pursuit to the football by the Hill here. Can see him coming through, and Dudding gets in there again. I mean, they just have those defensive linemen, James McGuigan and company, getting over there.
Looked like Gelb coming up as well, too, a little eye-opener drill. And so Westborough going to go for the field goal.
They like this kicker here.
Jack Chuma. Chuma's kick is up.
Drills it.
And it is good.
No,
so the
he
Rangers,
missed it wide.
Westborough thought they had it.
It looked
just
good from
missed
here.
it from our angle. It looked like it was through. So a bend but don't break first run for the defense of Shepherd Hill. And now the momentum, you got to think, is shifted back to the Shepherd Hill sideline after that first and goal, and at the 8-yard line.
Now this first 3 plays is huge for the Westborough defense. If they can get a quick 3 and out, then they can kind of seize the momentum right back. I mean, they saw their offense move. The Shepherd Hill defense stiffened in the red zone. Chuma got a great kick. That's why they like his leg. He just missed it wide left there. Here's Drew Ravenel, talented multi-sport athlete here as the quarterback.
And it is Ravenel, the quarterback, following some blockers.
Offensively, and this is the big 6'2", basically height-wise across the board for the offensive line. 3 sophomores, but Matt Petrelli is one of the veteran leaders. Chris Lindstrom, Josh Ponce de Leon, Austin Jones, and Chase Flibbert up front. Chris Dudding and James McGuigan are the tight ends. Drew Ravenel, the quarterback, with Picard, who's the featured back, Gelb, and Tyler Simmons, a big fullback.
Here's Shepherd Hill again, pounding it forward. They'll be short of the first down.
The Rangers defensively, Robbie Butler, Pat McGonigal, Dave Tubman, Thomas Katoski, and Josh Tartaglia up front, with Kevin White, Anthony Phillips, and Michael Heffernan are the linebackers. Sanders, a defensive back. Ricky Casparello is another defensive back, and Dan Orlando is the general back there, the safety on this defense.
Flibbert, one of the sophomores. You talked about that young offensive line. His father, a captain of the Shepherd Hill team in the early 80s, was a scholarship player at Brown. And Shepherd Hill going to get the first down. It was third down and call it a long 3.
Yeah, and it's Gelb who's going to get the call. You see him there, 27. And he gets a great seal-out block from his guard who comes off on the pull. Looked like a guard there coming through. Tough to get a number, but that was the key block on the outside to get Gelb the first down.
The center, Ponce de Leon, makes all the calls for that offensive line, and they can block things 6-7 different ways, the same play, depending on what the defense does. And this time, it's Picard with his first carry of the night.
Didn't Ponce de Leon discover the Fountain of Youth?
He did. He did down there in Florida, I think, right?
Well, he gets a good, and he got the first initial block from his center position there to open this up. And then you see Picard does not go down on first contact, second contact, third contact, and now it's a gang tackle to bring down Brad Picard, who saw a lot of touches here last year behind Anthony Wilgan, some of the big guys that they had in this Shepherd Hill offense last year.
Ravenel brings him up. Picard on the power.
There's a flag on the near side, and it may have been that Shepherd Hill wasn't fully set. We'll see. There may have been some movement in front. Freddie King is our capable official here. These are not replacement officials, we should mention, here at the high school ranks.
They are indeed the regular officials.
5-yard penalty, repeat the down. Legal formation on the offense, too many men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, repeat second down.
Well, Mark Ellis did tell us if Shepherd Hill's going to score, he wants it to be a long ball control drive. He doesn't want to give up the big play. So far, the defense is doing that. Shepherd Hill, if you're Shepherd Hill, you're moving the ball, but at Westborough, this is what they want. If they can't stop Shepherd Hill, they'd rather stop them, but they don't want to give up the big play and the quick hit.
Oh, that's a good stick,
a nice
right in the
stick
middle.
in front.
That's Kevin White, who came right to the ball for Westborough. Nose for the football, and he just gets right in there, and it's one-on-one, gets some help. Helmet goes flying. Third and, 4.5, 5 yards here.
Tackles are diving.
That's filling with authority.
You talked about Westborough. They wanted to be a long drive. They don't want to give up the big play. Chris Lindstrom doesn't necessarily think that's a bad thing either. He wants his offensive line to wear on you, and he doesn't mind if he holds the ball for a quarter and a half.
No, and they don't mind going for it on fourth down either. Here's Gelb, has a blocker, has the corner, and Gelb is across midfield and into Westborough territory, knocked out of bounds at the 39 of the Rangers.
What a block on the outside. Matt Vertucci, 42, comes out, and he gets a block on the outside. There you see 42. He's leading things out. You got the big O lineman coming with you with Gelb. Vertucci's block just out of the frame. He makes the key block there, and Gelb gets 22 yards and a first down.
Orlando wrestling him out of bounds.
Chris Lindstrom, the younger Christopher Lindstrom, was big number 68, pulling on that play.
And this time it's Vertucci.
Now that's good stuff. He makes the block that springs him, and then they reward him with a carry. And he goes right back up the middle for a couple.
And one thing, you look at this Shepherd Hill team, huge up front. Their backs are smaller. A lot of the 140s, 150s for the weights, 5'8", 5'9". But when you got a huge offensive line like they do, you don't need guys that are 185, 190 pounding the ball. just get guys that can hide behind those big offensive linemen. Find a seam and dart forward for 5 yards. Here's Picard. Nope, it's up the middle instead. Quick hitter that time goes to Gianluca Leroni.
Now Gianluca gets that little fullback dive, and this is the play they used to run to that big fullbacks, and they always seem to have a big fullback here. They're a little faster and smaller in that backfield right now. But the blocks up front get the job done for a first down.
And a sweep to the outside. Breaking a tackle, still on his feet is Picard. And Picard will have a Shepherd Hill first down. Well, we'll see where they spot the ball. Might be just shy. Yep, he's going to be shy by about a yard.
First night intern.
Well, it's one that Anthony Phillips would want back because he read this well, and he's a smart guy in that defense, and he almost has Picard in the backfield. Just can't bring him down, and Picard says a strong runner. Gets about 8.5 for Shepherd Hill. It's one of those plays where Westborough defender made a nice play to get in there, and then the Shepherd Hill player made a nice play as well.
10th play of the drive coming up. Picard follows his blocks. First down and then some. He's down close to the 10-yard line. That's what I talked about, though. Brad Picard, 5'7", 156, but obviously strong and very fast. His brother Taze played for Holy Name.
Jokingly, he asked Chris Lindstrom, well, with such a tall offensive line, I mean, it's a good thing you don't throw the ball. With that, quarterback might have trouble looking. He's like, yeah, we're not going to throw. I don't want to throw.
No, he makes no bones about it. Picard, 4 carries for 26 yards.
He also thinks Drew Ravenel will be a quarterback and will throw at the next level. He's just not throwing here.
Yeah, as a pocket passer. Here's Ravenel, cuts it back. Ravenel still on his feet. He can smell the goal line, and he's in for the touchdown. Drew Ravenel would not be denied. Mark Ellis talked to us about the biggest problem with the double wing offense is the cutback, over pursuing to the football. Ravenel found the lane backside, he cuts it back, and then he just runs so hard. The last 3 or 4 yards, all will and heart.
And it's a long, but not too long, time-consuming drive. A long drive for Shepherd Hill is like a quarter.
Yes.
They have the ball for most of the quarter, and they're going for 2.
It's a double handoff, the scissors trap. Picard's into the end zone for the touchdown, or for the 2-point conversion. And with 1:37 to play here in the first quarter, the Hill has struck first. The Rams lead at 8-0.
This is Scott Brown from The Road. I approve this message. Today we're going to meet with a real American hero. Tom Hudner was a Navy pilot in the Korean War. When his wingman was shot down, Tom deliberately crash-landed his plane behind enemy lines to rescue him. And for that, he got the Congressional Medal of Honor. Scott, welcome. This is amazing, sir. I want to thank you for your service to our country.
Well, we thank you, Scott, for all the support. You're doing great service for all the veterans in our country.
Well, here's a look at the touchdown coming back, and it's Ravenel, and you talked about it, Kev. Here's the cut as you see the Westborough team flowing to the outside, and then Ravenel tucks it, and he drives. He's a baseball player, and he can kind of, show he's got some toughness there. This is like running over a catcher. Watch out, Richie. Richie was right in the middle there.
He pounded him.
The umpire was right there in the middle.
He took a good stick.
Oh, Richie can take that. He's a tough guy.
He is. He's a tough customer. He's a baseball umpire, too. He's a man for all seasons.
He is. 80-yard scoring drive.
11 plays, took 5 minutes and 12 seconds off the clock. Beautiful night for football here at Shepherd Hill.
Welcomed with open arms here in Dudley.
Yeah, we want to thank Big Al's Pizza Plus in Dudley.
Everybody back.
They can get it done. Big Al gets it done.
Oh my God,
we sampled.
Great pizzas from Big Al's. Subs. There's the squib kick, live football. And out of the pack comes Westborough. Look out. Here comes Dennis Monteverde. Oh, he's tracked down. Montrez was looking for the end zone. The junior just picked it and went.
Oh, the excitement. This almost took your breath away, Cal.
I went Bobby Brady there.
This one nearly goes the other way.
And
just an outstanding job by Dennis to pick that ball up. And if it weren't for Dudding, he goes in for 6. And good field position after a 39-yard return for the Rangers.
Orlando under center. Hands it off to Phillips on first down. He dives over the pile.
Oh, boy.
That's great when it's time to change.
That looked like Alex Sinney at the bottom of the pile there. Game captain, senior, really earned his spot on this Shepherd Hill defense, who came up with the stop there.
Orlando to throw, rolling out. Now under pressure, fires to the end zone, touchdown!
That's sweet.
Beautiful throw by Orlando. He found his tight end, but he had the patience to just roll. Connor Joyce going through the wash there, the zone defense. Found a seam in the zone, and Orlando found him and threw a dart.
That is sweet. I was waiting to see Dan throw the football. He's a multi-talented quarterback and threat to run and throw, and he gets out and got his tight end in space. And Joyce came up here a couple years ago from Long Island. A welcome addition to Westborough.
Westborough happy that the family chose the Westborough town.
Absolutely.
Great reputation
Great
the
school system
has. Said it was recommended to him by a Central Mass
Who
insider.
knows? They are going to go for 2. Looks like a pistol set here for Orlando in the shotgun.
Orlando fakes it to Phillips, running the option. Orlando on the keeper, and he's in for 2. And we are tied up at 8 apiece. Orlando with a touchdown pass. He checks on the 2-point conversion himself. We got a dogfight going on.
So, you think you don't need driver's ed? Well, think again. Here at ABC Driver's Ed, we are committed to providing our students comprehensive driver training. At ABC, we're making our roads safer today and in the future. Check out our low discount prices at abcdriversedinc.net. Good driving is as easy as ABC. Call now for our sports fall specials.
Welcome back. Here is a look at the Ranger touchdown and the quick answer. Of course, set up by a nice return by the special teams. Orlando ball fake and hits his tight end free. Nice little route. Got inside that zone. And Orlando hit him.
Chris Lindstrom watching this on the sideline. You think that reminds him of a quarterback that he played with in San Francisco? Had a rollout
That is
play
a
to his right.
very much a West Coast offense type
A guy
look
right there in his face, through to the end zone to Dwight Clark. 2-play drive, covered 19 yards, 39 seconds off the clock.
And then as a threat to throw and a threat to run, now you have to respect it. He almost shows throw in that pistol and tucks it. He even had a guy on the outside, Heffernan, that he could pitch to.
Yeah, he's a tough customer.
The Beatles, the Westborough Beatles.
They roll on, just turning out the hits.
Set up there by number 3, Dennis, right there. He made that play on special teams to give Westborough good field position.
It is Picard on the kick return. Picard has good blockers in front of him. Straight up the middle, Picard is across the 30. Good field position for the Shepherd Hill offense. A 25-yard return.
That's one kind of answer right there for Westborough. They make it known they are not going to be pushed around here in week 1. They played a lot of their scrimmages with substitute players because of injury, and we're happy with how those guys performed. Here's a good run off the first down from Picard.
Gets it out to the 45-yard line. Will be a couple yards shy of a first down. Picard, Chris Lindstrom said Picard was the smartest kid they have on the team. Said he's a great kid.
Look at this group going through.
Wow.
The big guy's Dudding.
You see Dudding right there?
He's a tight end.
Dudding's just crushing people.
He's the size of a tackle, and he's just out there moving people around. You also saw Austin Jones, one of those sophomores. He hit the hole first.
Let's see, I think that's going to do it for the quarter. Yep, that'll do it for the end of the first quarter here from Carmignani Field. Shepherd Hill and Westborough all knotted up at 8. We're back with more right here on Charter TV3.
Mark, what do you think? When he was like poking his at St. John's, I strive for academic excellence and learn from experienced teachers.
At St. John's, I make great friends through clubs, activities, and sports. St. John's offers me great classes and so much more.
At St. John's, I grow in my faith, and I develop my gifts and talents with the support of a great community.
At St. John's, my life has been transformed through service to community and service to the world.
At St. John's, I see tradition and new opportunity. Come visit St. John's and see what we have to offer you.
Tri-State Speedway Indoor Karting and Amusement Center, Dudley, Mass. Bigger and better than ever. Upstairs, race state-of-the-art 15-horsepower karts on over 22,000 square feet of hairpin turns and straightaway. Downstairs, it's the island's 18-hole indoor miniature golf course. Bumper cars, huge kids' play place, and giant arcade featuring bowling, skee-ball, and video games where you can win big. And great food in Drafter Sports Cafe. Log on to tristatespeedway.com for directions, group discounts, and coupons.
Looking for a local lender you can trust? Come to Milford Federal, your family financial center since 1887. Go to milfordfederal.com to apply online. Loan service locally by Milford Federal.
First play of the second quarter, hand up right up the middle. And a first down for Shepherd Hill down to the Westborough 45-yard line.
Gianluca right through the middle there.
First quarter statistics, each team had 88 yards of total offense. Shepherd Hill's all on the ground. Westborough had 75 rushing and 15 passing. Shepherd Hill had 4 first downs to Westborough's 2. Only 1 penalty in that first quarter. And Picard.
Those big fellas getting churning.
Actually, that was Vertucci.
Yeah, that was Vertucci there. Second carry as he follows the line for 8.
Want to say hello to all our friends down at Duke's 21 West. They had it out on the marquee about the game being on TV3, and they're going to be throwing T-shirts out into the crowd down there at Duke's for every time Shepherd Hill scores. And this time,
look at the push.
Holy cow.
It's not done yet.
Gianluca again. He just keeps going. Pump your knees. And the coaches are always preaching. Keep going after contact. Keep driving.
Now Gianluca, look at that. Look at him. Look at those legs churning. He's got 3 guys on him, and he continues to move the legs forward for a first down.
And the power. And another good pickup. Picard on the carry, 47 and 42. 47's Picard, so he picks up a good chunk of change.
It's another one of those things where, you know, it's the first game of the year, so maybe you get like, I talked to Mark Ellis, he's like, yeah, we have a little bit of film on Shepherd Hill. Well, we know what they do on offense. You know, we know their plays on offense. So teams know what Shepherd Hill brings at you, but if they execute it, it's still tough to stop.
A lot of space, foot race to the end zone, and Gelb is into the end zone for the touchdown. Jake Gelb hits Pater, and again, credit the guys up front because a great job of blocking for Shepherd Hill, and you know they just keep pounding you, pounding you, and pounding you.
Well, he has the Secret Service, as you like to call it, Kev. For a long way, he doesn't get touched into that second level. And more T-shirts go out at Duke's. Good answer and a quick strike by this Shepherd Hill offense, and they go for 2. Ray Sullivan is a mathematician. They figure they go for 2 more times than not, they'll succeed, and there it is.
And they're in. In for 2, so it is 16-8. Shepherd Hill in front. Back and forth we go.
Zero down leases are back at Herb Chambers Hyundai in Auburn on routes 12 and 20. Lease a new 2013 Hyundai Sonata GLS for $255 a month. That's 0 down, 0 first month's payment, and 0 security deposit. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and the confidence of the Hyundai Assurance. And with 50 Herb Chambers locations, we give you the most money for your trade. That's the Herb Chambers advantage. Visit Herb Chambers Hyundai in Auburn or online at herbchambershyundai.com.
Welcome back. Here's a look at the strike from Shepherd Hill, and this is what I'm talking about. The big guys out in front. Lindstrom leading the way. Ravenel gets a block on the back end, and that's the first time Gelb has touched as he stumbles into the end zone. But you see the big fellas, Chase Flibbert and Chris Lindstrom, 2 sophomores, getting out in front and leading the way. This was a sophomore group, 3 sophomores on this offensive line. Their first scrimmage was against St. John's, a powerful team. And Chris Lindstrom, the head coach, told us, you know, they might have got hit a couple times in that first series, and then we talked to them. They calmed down and began moving people. And they're going to get better and better as the years go on.
Well, the football's set up for the squib kick, and it takes a high hop and goes over Sanders' head. Kevin Sanders, shake and bake, and he's cut down after a 3-yard return. Great special teams play from Shepherd Hill.
That looked like Tyler Smith who made the play. He's another sophomore. They rave about the sophomores here, the sophomore class. They work hard in the Shepherd Hill program. It's tough to get reset when the ball bounces, takes a hop like that on you too, as Sanders had to try to look for some blocking ahead. So a tall task for Orlando as he's backed up.
First down, quick hitter to the fullback. That's one of the things Mark Ellis said they'd look to do against this stout front, is try to hit Phillips in there on some belly plays.
They go no huddle, does Westborough. Orlando calling the play at the line.
Orlando to throw, play action. Fires out to the flat. It is complete to Michael Gallo.
Well, he had Sanders running a little 9 route down the sideline, but he was bracketed over under. So he goes out to Gallo.
It's great defense. Remember, the linebacker that time, was it Brooks? Robbie Brooks for Shepherd Hill. He's a bit banged up too, but he did a great job that time following the back out of the backfield, man coverage.
Brooks is, he told us, would have to play with a sling today because of a shoulder issue.
Made a good tackle. The Shepherd Hill defense is tough. They come off the ball very quickly. And of course, Dudden can just blow things up.
Yeah, they get in there quickly, I'll tell you.
Look at
Cam
Dudden.
McDonald's he's kind of blocking a lot of things up there, number 76, and then the linebackers get to the ball carrier.
McGuigan was in there as well from his defensive end position, collapsing down.
So 4th and short, Westborough has to punt this away.
It's a good punt. And Shepherd Hill's going to have to let it go. It'll be down at the 49 of the Hill after a 33-yard punt. Chuma did a nice job on the punt.
Yeah, he did. Shepherd Hill offense has a chance here to continue to roll. They've put up points in their last 2 possessions. 6:29 left. You see Chris Lindstrom. He talks about his role. He's the head coach, but he's got Buzz Dugan and Ray Sullivan running his defense and offense respectively.
Jake Gelb on the carry. For the most part, Shepherd Hill just running 3 plays. But again, you know, with the different blocking schemes, they can run, just for instance, the power, they can run it 6 different blocking schemes. So it's almost like running 6 different plays. Tomorrow night, we kick off the frenzy.
There's a lot of games
with
tomorrow night.
games. It's a good week for us
Good
here.
way to
Starting
start it
tonight,
off.
and the frenzy, and then we've got WPI and Worcester State on Saturday night at 7. And here's another big run from Gelb. Casey Cullen is part of the Westborough coaching staff. His father, Brian Cullen, the head coach at Worcester State, longtime head coach, has had such a successful run there. Has had so many of his guys go on and coach at the college ranks. And of course, we talked to Tony Reno, the new head coach at Yale University, and he played for Brian Cullen as a defensive back at Worcester State, and then he coached under him as well and was his defensive coordinator for a while. There's the sweep, the power.
You know, the thing about Shepherd Hill is, and they bring Gelb on the last play and now Picard here, and those are their 2 featured guys, and they can hit you with Gianluca, and then they can hit you with Bertucci, and they always seem to have just a host of guys that can carry the ball back there and be successful. And you know, the offensive line is, you know, big credit to them.
Yeah.
Chris Lindstrom talked about moving an offensive lineman to fullback a few years ago. Tim Murphy was a captain of that Super Bowl winning team. And he said it was like getting demoted, moving him back from an end to a fullback. There's a good stop there by the defense of Westborough.
It's just so tough to defend this team, because you just physically, you have to bring it on every single play. Phillips, 44, Phillips is in there for Westborough leading the attack. But defensively, you have to be ready to hit on every single play and hit hard. You can't take a play off. And it's tough. And here's Ravenel cutting it back. Nothing but space in front of him in the end zone. Drew Ravenel in for the touchdown. Shepherd Hill with a 22-8 lead.
Ravenel showed some toughness on his last touchdown. Shows his speed here. And his cutback ability basically untouched as he goes through. Here's another 2-point conversion. Oh, listen to that. Listen to the trucks moving in front.
Yeah, there's some pad smacking going on.
Bertucci's in for 2 more. College and high school football on Charter TV3, brought to you in part by Lundgren Honda, by Nichols College, Porter and Chester Institute, Pucci's Fine Jewelry, St. John's High School of Shrewsbury, and Star Scrap Metal.
Drew Ravenel, a 3-year starter. He knows this offense so well. He's a captain, and his father, a former quarterback at Shepherd Hill, was quarterback of the Hill's first Super Bowl championship team back in 1987. His father, Brian, and Drew Ravenel just runs the offense so well.
Good block there from Gianluca. Bertucci's in front again, and Bertucci's had a couple of big blocks on good running plays for this Shepherd Hill offense. And so then he gets, I feel like this is almost like a reward from Coach Sullivan and Coach Dugan. Get him in there for 2, because he did a lot of work in front of ball carriers on that drive.
And it's Heffernan now for Westborough on the return. Heffernan stuck.
Oh, man, I'll tell you.
Beautiful special teams play.
Smith is in there again. He's like Billy Bates of the old Dallas Cowboys. He's a special teams specialist.
Tasmanian Devil.
Look at 38. You got to be a little bit, first of all, you're competing for playing time, and you got to be a little bit fearless. Oh, that is good stuff.
That last Shepherd Hill drive, 49 yards in 5 plays, took 2 minutes and 19 seconds off the clock. A quick strike from the Hills' point of view. And here's Orlando.
Some coaches call it fearless. Other coaches call it a little bit, edgy.
A little bit off.
A little bit off.
A little bit off. Orlando to throw. Squares his shoulders. Now he's under pressure. Going to tuck it and run. Gets a block. Gets to the outside. Look at the speed of Dutting. Oh, my.
I think he got...
They're going to call for the horse collar. The officials say no.
Oof.
But how about the speed of Dutting?
Yeah, Dutting went nearly sideline to sideline there as Orlando rolled one way. And you got to give credit up front here to Heffernan, because Heffernan gets a block on the defensive end to spring Orlando for a few yards, and he got him just on that shoulder pad. That looked like it could have been a dangerous tackle there.
The strength of Dutting's amazing. He gets to people and he just gets a hand on him and flings them. Orlando's a tough kid. He's a strong kid. We got some movement before the snap. Everyone throwing every flag they had on him. Freddie threw 2.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot.
Did he throw 2? No, he didn't. But it was like every guy that had one threw one. Here's 2, here's 3, here's 4, here's 5 for good measure.
Again, these are not replacement officials. This is an A-list team. I say that in all seriousness.
Oh, they do a great job.
You have a good group here with Fred King.
We are at 24-8, Shepherd Hill, second quarter. Clock running, under 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Kevin Shea alongside of Andy Lacombe. Glad you could join us for our first broadcast of the season of high school football. Our 2012 kickoff. Phil Robo's back.
Yep.
Spry, looking young as ever.
He does. He's got an Aruba t-shirt on. He's tan.
Okay, 20 seconds.
And Westborough rather, calling for a 20-second timeout. Casey Cullen, the offensive coordinator, going to talk things over with his quarterback.
I mean, we have great sponsors here for the high school football show and the broadcast. But maybe a tanning company, because Phil Robo must spend like hours in a tanning bed somewhere.
That's a very good point.
So, I mean, he could be the official tanning sponsor of Phil Robo.
Phil Robo is our male Snooki. He goes into the tanning beds or the spray tans. He doesn't care. That's who he is.
Y'all ready? Jake, you ready? Alex, be ready.
That's it. We're going to get T-shirts made.
Male Snooki.
Phil's picture. Male Snooki.
Hey.
All right. A lot of football left here, so
yeah,
Orlando
2:29.
And the guys can get going.
Shepherd Hill showing blitz. Orlando trying to set up the screen.
Oh, baby.
Under pressure, snuffed out. Now fires it, and it is incomplete, looking for Phillips. But Orlando with a Houdini act just to escape 3 Shepherd Hill defenders in the backfield that looked like they had him dead to rights.
Absolutely. Great athleticism by Orlando just to get this one off. You know, you never know. You may be able to take a shot deep if you're confident with Sanders with his speed on the outside.
3rd down and 11.
Obviously, they want to get something established and move the football, but now you're in a 3rd down and 11 passing situation.
Orlando, again, one of 6 Orlando brothers. The final one of the Orlando. So you know he's got to be tough, because you think how many times he must have got bounced around by his brothers growing up. That house must have been unbelievable. Here's Orlando to throw. Going deep on the fly route, and it is incomplete. It was intended for Sanders. Sanders is a burner.
Well, that's the thought. You go deep to Sanders, and Shepherd Hill said, well, we agree. So they had Gelb over the top in double coverage.
Yeah, it's a tough pass there, the fade, because it's a quick 2-step drop, and you know, so you got to hang it high. You got to give your receiver enough air under the football that he can run under it, but then you have to time his speed.
I'll tell you what, Kyle Amico, senior cornerback out there, who's going to be back here on the punt with Picard, did a nice job to be back there in man coverage.
I like that call, though, because if you can hit Sanders, that's a big play, and that could be a 6. You know, you go for a big shot down there. And Shepherd Hill going to return it. Big lane up the middle to the outside. Foot race to the end zone. Touchdown, Shepherd Hill. I think it was Kyle Amico. Kyle Amico. the senior.
See what happens? We talk them up.
I know.
And, you know, we talk about the assistants and Ray Sullivan and Coach Dugan, Buzz. Now you got to give credit to Steve Ide because he handles the special teams.
That's a good point.
Everybody's getting into the action here for Shepherd Hill.
Well, Amico does a great job. First of all, you talk about fearless. A punt returner is absolutely fearless. Takes the punt, gets immediately upfield, finds a seam, finds a lane, takes off. Great vision, great speed, 56 yards on the punt return for Kyle Amico in the touchdown.
All right, high school and college football brought to you on Charter TV3, brought to you in part by Bay State Savings Bank, by Herb Chambers Hyundai of Auburn, and by Quabog Regional High School. The beautiful towns of Warren and West Brookfield.
Amico's father is a Central Mass official, Central Mass football official. So he'll certainly enjoy this, and I'm sure his colleagues will be calling him and texting him. Seeing his son put up a big play like that, they go for two, and they are in for two. It's Picard on the two-point conversion.
Shepherd Hill.
32-8, Shepherd Hill, and the Rams are making a statement.
And this is what the Rams wanted. You know, they came out here tonight. They have a lot of the youth football from Southern Worcester County here. They practiced in the field just behind us through the woods.
Yeah.
Where Shepherd Hill practices sometimes. And they're here watching it. Good crowd on hand in Dudley. Westborough brings their band and good crowd as well. And you know, you have two of the really good high school bands here tonight too in Shepherd Hill and Westborough. So a great atmosphere for the opener.
One of the things that I like about the Charlton Dudley Pop Warner system is they run the same offense. Obviously not as many plays, but they run the double wing so the kids learn it from the minute they're engrossed in football and in Pop Warner football. And Chris Lindstrom told us that, you know, he has kids coming in that they don't have to teach where to go on certain plays and where to block and how to run, that these guys come in and they understand the concept, they understand the plays. And that's a huge help to have that. The squib kick, and I think Phillips, his knee was on the ground. So the play will be marked down right where his knee touched the ground. Shepherd Hill has run 22 offensive plays. Westborough has run 14. Minute 41 to play in the first half. 32-8 the Hill. There's Phillips. Phillips is a good player. He's a tough customer too. Kicking himself right now, but you know what? The heat of the moment. You're just trying to pick that ball up, field it cleanly, which is the first thing you got to do. And he does that. Mark Ellis says the guy that just goes all out all the time, Phillips, and that's a guy that is a leader on your football team. First play of practice to the last play of practice.
And that's what you want. Guys, and that's Westborough. Regardless of the score, they're going to compete on every play.
That's true. Here's Orlando out of the shotgun with time over the middle. Oh, what a catch!
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
That's a ball that you could let go. And Gallo gets it. And he knows he's in traffic.
Yeah, how about the courage there, right? You
stick 'em hands.
You go up high like that, you know your ribs are exposed. And Gallo goes right for it. A nice throw by Orlando. The poise, sets himself in the pocket, looking downfield the whole time, not at the rush, fixed on his receivers, and just throws the seed right in there. Ball's loose on the ground. Phillips picks it up, cuts it back, and he's swarmed up under. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and
I think Shepherd Hill called the timeout on that far sideline.
The Hill would like one more crack at this before the half. We need some headlights up here, some headlamps.
We have a
LL Bean has those
pretty good overhang of
things you put on
of tree cover here. Kev, here's our college and high school football on Charter TV3, brought to you in part by ABC Drivers Ed, by Arcade Snacks, Bay Path Regional Technical High School, Berterra Nissan of Auburn, Carl's Oxford Diner, Cars Medics, Interstate Batteries, and Unibank. You put Auburn and an Oxford business right next to each other in the Reeds. The Thanksgiving rivals.
Orlando 3 of 5 for 26 yards, flings it out to the side. Gallo again. Oh. Gallo takes a wicked stick, a good gang tackle. Picard, I think, was the man that cleaned him up. It was. Picard wants to get our Chuck Cecil hit of the game.
Do we have that?
I don't know, but we should. We'll give it out anyway. We're going to have to track down Chuck Cecil and send him a tape of one of our broadcasts, the Chuck Cecil hit of the game.
You know what it could be? It could be the Chuck Cecil nut of the game, and Arcade Snacks could sponsor it.
Oh, that's a good, I like where your head's at.
You could get cashews, because Chuck Cecil's a bit of a nut.
Yeah, he
times.
was. Oh, completely. Always bleeding out of the nose because his helmet would come down on the bridge of his nose. I like it. I like where your head's at.
I'm not in the marketing department.
No,
I just play it on TV.
Yep. Moonlight.
Tell you what. You know, the other thing, too, here at Shepherd Hill is they're a chain gang. You know, they got Zabs on the chain gang.
Yeah, I know.
And this guy right here holding the down marker, that's the guy called Tito Francona. We need you back, Tito. The Sox need you. Tito, we need you.
Was Tito the guy wearing a
He was wearing a St. John shirt when St. Peter's was here.
I thought so. That's a great move.
I'll tell you what. That's good stuff. Zabs is there. So, I mean,
I did
nobody messes with the chain gang.
No.
Tito, we need you.
Zabs keeps law and order out there, no questions asked.
Get off the cable sports network. We need you back.
Yep. Maybe we could get Tito for...
Kevin Shea won't ask the tough questions anymore.
For the Worcester Phoenix.
Oh, yeah.
We could get Tito for the Phoenix. And here's the punt. High hanger, out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it. It'll be inside Westborough territory at the 48-yard line of the Rangers. So Shepherd Hill will have 38 seconds to operate with. We don't expect a pass from the Hill.
No.
We'll expect them to try to run the ball.
I would not expect it.
They still have a lot of timeouts. I think they still have 4 timeouts left, so.
I'd be shocked if they.
No, me too.
They threw the ball here.
The tight formation, the double handoff.
Look out.
And
Look
here
out.
we go. Down the side, into the open field, just like that. Shepherd Hill, first play from scrimmage and a touchdown for Picard.
Just like that!
Well, that's why they called the timeout, because they wanted to get the ball back and give their offense another shot. And Brad Picard goes 48 yards on the first play. On the double handoff, he's into the end zone.
That's quick strike.
Yeah, it is. And you know what? It's one thing to be big, strong, but this line, they fire off and they stay on their men. They hit and stick. They don't hit and bounce off of people. They stay on their blocks, and they're going to go for the point after. Oh, off the crossbar. A rarity. They kick, and Ravenel struck the crossbar.
Well, the mathematicians, they were 4 for 4. And so the mathematicians had to even it out.
But
look at the blocks up front, all the way through. Everybody has their assignment. And Picard has good speed, so when he gets when he gets going, he's free to fly.
8 carries, 96 yards for Picard. Tyler Simmons, number 48, did a great job blocking downfield.
He went right by Dave Bolduc, our field camera, and Sage scribe Craig Holt of the Telegram and Gazette.
I did see Craig Holt down here. I like the use of Sage.
He is Sage.
Yeah, indeed.
Chris
said that Picard's going to be our go-to guy. He's the guy. He's our offense runs with Picard, and the smartest kid on the team. Boy, has he come up with some big plays. Here's Phillips. Nice job. One-handed cradling that ball and coming up. But again, the special teams. Right now, you look at the Shepherd Hill team, no weaknesses. A 10-yard return by Phillips. But everything they do is spot on. Offense, defense, special teams.
I think in the past, some teams have that throw the ball have thought that they could throw over the top on Shepherd Hill, and I think early in this game they've shown their defensive guys, their cornerbacks and their safeties are up to the task making plays. Chris Lindstrom told us we basically just want to wear people down on offense and hang on defense.
Yeah, it's true.
So, all right. College and high school football on Charter TV3 brought to you in part by Lundgren Honda, Nichols College, Porter and Chester Institute, Pucci's Fine Jewelry, St. John's High School of Shrewsbury, and Star Scrap Metal.
I'll tell you what, his defense doesn't have to take a back seat to anyone. They fly to the football, they hit.
Yeah.
Dudding.
Well, no, that's
that's
what Chris Lindstrom says. But his former quarterback there, Dugan, he wants to go after you. He wants to attack, and Chris told us that he kind of runs the team. I'm the guy who just kind of calms everybody down.
Yeah, he said he's the old guy walking the sideline now.
I don't buy that completely.
No, I don't either.
Because I've been to a couple of games here in the last few years.
Oh, he's got fire. Chris has fire. Don't let him fool you.
But they're fortunate to have him. There is no doubt. They have a good group here.
And it's just a great story. Chris's story, though, too. Chris Lindstrom went to Weymouth South High School. Didn't start at all. His entire high school career. Didn't even start as a senior. He was 6'6", 170 pounds as a senior. Went to BU on tuition remission. His father was a groundskeeper there. He grew a lot between high school and college. Goes on to play at BU and then plays in the NFL. And his two brothers played in the NFL as well. But it's a great testament and a great story to the kids of just keep working, keep working.
He said
Don't
he had
give up your dream.
He said he had an aggressive nature.
He did say he was nasty.
He was mean.
Yeah, he had a mean streak to him.
And that helped him. And you see, too, as we go to the half, they have headsets now here at Shepherd Hill. That's new this year.
We'll get into
They're
that.
high tech. We'll talk about that a little bit
get
at
into
the
that
half.
during the half here. Shepherd Hill up big here at the break, 38-8. We're at the half. You are watching exclusive coverage of Central Mass High School football on Charter TV3. Encouraging the officials.
Admonishing?
I probably do have it somewhere on a 3/4-inch tape, not to get technical here. But
that's an old tape.
Mercy, it is an old tape, but it was one of the greatest moments. I played that for the guys in the truck. It was like a Friday or something, or Thursday, and then played it on that Saturday before a Holy Cross game. Oh, it was great stuff. Great stuff. Yeah, Phil and I really barely knew each other. Here's a short kickoff. Shepherd Hill going to start with the ball to start the second half. And a good return by Zach Goddard. Goddard's got some speed. He's a lacrosse guy, one of the fastest kids on the team, was a soccer player. This is his first year of football. Played soccer here at Shepherd Hill last year, 19-yard return. He came out for football this year.
Sanders got him for the tackle for Westborough.
All those back would be with me, and I pace.
You knew I was waiting on the countdown when you were going to mention that Goddard played lacrosse.
Get it in there. Jim Wilson
Is
would
that
say.
the first lacrosse
That was the first Lax
reference
mention. Yeah.
of the night?
Yeah, that's true.
It's pretty good. Oh, good surge from Westborough there. Heffernan leading the way up the middle. Come out and play with a little fire here in this first series. Heffernan and White, two of the linebackers, leading the surge up the middle to get the fullback dive. A couple of years ago, Kevin, the opener at Northbridge, you had that tea with the natural honey.
That's
that
right.
Really got you going. So hopefully you can last here past the 9 o'clock hour.
My bedtime. That's a good point. The Daily Bread, which is no longer with us, sorry to say.
That's what we hear
Brenna
from
Wilson.
Brenna Wilson, our Northbridge correspondent.
Yeah, giving us the inside information, which is a shame because it was fantastic tea. The natural honey, you can't beat it.
Tell you, Kevin White's in there again.
Sticking his nose in there. And this is a game, if you're on that Westborough defense, particularly if you're a safety, because you're hitting guys that have a good 5 to 8 yard head of steam. Tomorrow, you go to lift your arms to brush your teeth tomorrow morning, man, you're going to feel it. you are going to feel it.
Yeah, it looks like they're running to Tom Murphy, who they really like. He's Tim Murphy, we mentioned earlier, Tim Murphy's younger brother. Tim Murphy was that lineman converted to a running back who had an outstanding beard. He and an offensive lineman that year were competing for Beard of the Year. Every time I'd come, because I draw Shepherd Hill a lot on the Frenzy.
Yeah, you do.
Sean Grady sends me here a lot.
You're the only one that can get here and get back in time.
It's true.
Dudding is going to punt it away. You know Dudding plays lacrosse as well.
There you go.
Wow. Oh, this is a beautiful punt. But you see what an athlete Chris Dudding is. It takes a Shepherd Hill bounce, and it's going to be downed at the 1 yard line. What a great punt from Chris Dudding and sensational coverage from Shepherd Hill. Jake Ayers was one of the guys down there.
Yeah, Ayers
56-yard punt.
Makes a heck of a play, and they don't punt. They don't punt often.
No, you're right.
Again, they play percentages. They go for it on 4th down. They're up 30 points, so they're going to punt here.
They go money ball.
Yeah, they have like the sabermetric people over there.
Bill James and
Sullivan and Dugan are like the Bill James of high school football.
Sullivan and Dugan statistics.
They can break down anything.
Yep.
If you need a stat, and I have done this late last year, you know you can call Coach Ray and Buzz, and they will get you something.
They'll split Adams.
Yeah, they will.
If they have to. And there's Murphy in on the stop for Shepherd Hill. Good hard charging, though. Westborough just refusing to give up and refusing to give in. Phillips is a hard charger.
Phillips breaks that first tackle. Then you see Murphy's in there. They like him. They like him in there as well. I tell you, they have a lot of young guys coming up, and they have a good team right now. And Chris Lindstrom's excited about the future. There's Smith, special. That's Billy Bates right there.
Yep, the nickelback.
He's a sophomore. I say that, and you'll have to look up who Bill Bates is, but Bill Bates was my favorite football player.
He was a great special teams player.
Dallas
for the
Cowboys. Of course, I was a Cowboy fan.
Played the nickelback as well. That's a first down for Westborough, and it's Phillips again. Gets a good seam from the offensive line, breaks a tackle, and then he keeps his legs moving as well.
You like Phillips's compete.
Yeah, you do.
You just like it. He wants the ball. He wants to make the big play. He grabs that kick a couple of late in the first half because he wants to make that play, and that's what you want.
Well, this is where you find out who your leaders are. You're down. You're on the road opening night. Certainly the first half didn't go the way you'd planned, and you work all off season thinking of this first game. And it was such a close game a year ago. But who are your leaders? Who's going to come out and set the tone for this team in the second half, and for that matter, maybe for the season? Are you going to come out? Are you going to fire out? Are you going to get up off the mat and punch back?
And the inside linebackers did it for Westborough defense on the first series here. And now Phillips is carrying the load a little bit on the offense side.
Orlando under center. Orlando on the keeper. He faked it to Phillips. Took it himself, got around the corner, and has another Westborough first down as he breaks the 30-yard line and gets it out to the 33.
And that's one thing Mark Ellis told us in our weekly meeting here, and that was, he wants the ball in Orlando's hands. He's got some talented running backs, but you want it in Orlando's hands. So he doesn't get squeamish when Orlando, the quarterback, is running the football because A, he's a tough guy, and B, that's what he wants. He wants his playmaker to make some plays. So, the shoulders on a couple of these guys are going to be big because they're going to be carrying the load on the offensive side.
Here's Orlando throw, going for the fade, has his man. Oh, it is incomplete. Just off the fingertips of Sanders. Defender went up for the pick, and he may have gotten a hand on it.
No, it might have been more so that Ryan Colson, the defender, gets his hands in the eyesight, in the vision of Sanders. because it's over the top of the defender, and maybe right there he just gets the hand in his eyes a little bit, just blocks his vision of that football.
I like that ball from Orlando. We talked about it. It's a tough pass, that fade pass down the sideline, because it's such a timing play. But that time he got a lot of air under it, let his receiver run under it. Really good ball.
Let's go.
Fade Tanaka.
That was an acting play.
That was the acting play. We made a living off of that. My junior year, I just hung it high. Jeff Knox made me look great. He just climbed the invisible ladder. Went on to play at UMaine. He was phenomenal. And I did not have a good arm, so it was just a couple steps, boom, hang it up, fade Tanaka.
That was the play call? Fade
yeah, it was
Tanaka?
Fade Tanaka. Jeff Knox.
All right.
Knox was great, just a great athlete. He was my partner in the secondary too, and so we do these hitting drills. My ear would be still ringing the next day at school. He was tough. He was a tough kid sitting in class. Maybe that's why I didn't do as well as my sisters did at school. I have Naka to blame for it. And here's Orlando to throw again. Has some time, going deep. Great ball to Sanders. Hits him. Foot race now. And Sanders is caught, but not before he gets down close to the 10-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle by Tanner Amico.
There you go. That's where they wanted to hit there on that last time, and Sanders just gets free. And Dan Orlando hits him, gets time to throw. And look how far behind the defense Sanders is. Makes the play in the red zone, a 52-yard throw and catch for the Rangers.
That's a great ball. Great ball. And again, gets the time to throw it, gets deep, gets a good 4-5-step drop. Reading the defense. Little play action to freeze that secondary. Orlando under center. Good play action again. Rolling to his right, has the option, could throw or pass, throws, and it is incomplete.
He was looking for the tight end there,
Yep.
Joyce.
He hit him for 6 earlier. But I love that play call. You go play action to bootleg, you drag the backside tight end, and oftentimes, especially against the zone defense, that person's going to be open, and the guys are following in the defense, follow the quarterback's eyes, and the tight end can find that seam if a quarterback has the patience, and Orlando has that patience. He has that poise. He'll let the play develop. That's my favorite pass in high school football. Run the bootleg and look for that backside tight end dragging across the middle. A Z out on the front side tight end. You look for him first. If he's not there, backside tight end usually open. They're going to run the option. Orlando caught on the corner, and oh, he takes a big hit. Big stick that time. It was James Duhamel who was coming on the cleanup hit. I think the initial hit here is Morales.
Yeah, it's 31. Xavier Morales.
And then Duhamel coming on the cleanup hit. 10th play of the drive coming up, and Westborough's going to call for a timeout with 3:30 to play here in the third quarter. Casey Cullen going to talk to Orlando. The Rangers are knocking on the door. Casey played here at Westborough. It's his alma mater, and played for his father at Worcester State, coached at Worcester State for his dad. Back here helping out with Westborough full time, and he's a great addition to this staff.
Anyone you know get called up for the NFL?
What?
Anyone you know get
Yeah,
called
the guy
up?
in our crew.
No shit.
From commentary, some folks on the sideline.
Yeah.
And again, the thoughts of and opinions expressed by whoever's near our parabolic mic do not necessarily reflect those of Charter TV3.
Guys, stop right here. Your name Alex? Guys,
Sean Grady's creative numb cheeses. He's got up there. Throw to the end zone, tipped and incomplete.
Oh, nice try on that second effort, too. Good defense. Joyce tried to get it off the tip.
It goes back. This goes back a few years.
I think
we had the what is that Australian thing?
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
South African.
Yeah, the Aborigines.
The
Aborigines use it in Australia.
Well, I think what Sean Grady was trying to tell us is that,
or something like that.
Tim McCone has checked out for the evening.
That's very possible. Bobby Valentine has not, but Tim McCone has.
You can follow Tim McCone on Twitter. He would love it if you followed him.
Check in with Loner.
Just search Tim McCone.
4th down, they're going to go for it. 4th and 6 from the 9-yard line.
Flag.
And this one's probably going to come back. It'll be if it's not a touchdown, it'll be 1st and goal at the 1-inch line, but it's probably going to come back. Nice run that time from Gallo. Young kids doing the math. They were right on. You hear it?
Offsides, defense. That penalty's declined. Play results in a 1st down.
So 1st and goal for the Rangers.
Freddie King sounding really good mic'd up.
Yeah, he does.
He could do SEC games right from here. You could see him doing the Iron Bowl, Alabama, Auburn. I don't know if they'd be too pleased that a Yankee was doing the game, but Orlando 5 of 10 through the air for 82 yards, 6 carries, 72 yards. He's had a whale of a football game. Orlando on the quarterback sneak, and there he is, in for the touchdown. A good drive for Westborough. Orlando with a nice long ball to get him down there to Sanders. And Orlando caps it off on the quarterback sneak. He's going to be a sore kid tomorrow at school. Point after from Chuma is up and good. Chuma's related to Al Richards, the Northbridge athletic director. I think everyone's related to Al.
So he's got that going for him.
Yeah. So Al's here. Always
Al.
great to see Al Richards. One of the all-time greats.
That's just knowing where you're going to go with the football. Finds that seam, gets in there, just gets enough. And Shepherd Hill closed that gap pretty
They
quick.
really did.
But Orlando just needed a few feet.
That's it. That's an impressive drive, though, from Westborough. 11-play drive, covered 95 yards. Took 5 minutes and 52 seconds. But that's one of those gut check drives. What are you made of? Seniors, leaders, what are we going to do? Backs are against the wall, down by 30. They put together a very nice drive.
$95 yards.
The enthusiasm has not waned here from the Westborough band and the Flag girls. It's a great production they bring.
I think it's the color guard, Kev, or the.
Sorry.
I don't know if it's called Flag.
I think we called them the Flag girls even in our yearbook in high school. That's why I say that.
That was in the 70s.
That was true, though. It's a different era. Beautiful return, Shepherd Hill. Phillips bounces Zach Goddard out of bounds after an impressive return. 39-yard return from Goddard. There he is. Look at Goddard here.
He's a spark plug on that special teams because
look at the cleats.
Yeah, he gets a good little run. Those are like those Michael Johnson gold cleats from the Olympics. And the sideline gets all fired up.
Wall left.
Look at that. Looks like it's being shot through a helmet cam right there.
It does.
Doesn't that look like the mask of a helmet?
Does. Well, Joe Marine's an artist. He's going to bring you those kind of shots that you won't see anywhere else. So he gets down.
Oh, good. Surge. Look at the Westborough D right up the middle. See who that is again. It's a new group in the backfield.
33, if it is not on the roster, known only to family and friends. But yeah, the Hill getting some of the second team guys in there and third team guys, and it's great because these are guys that, you know, during practice don't get the reps. A lot of them have to play scout teams, so you're getting, it's not fun. When you're on the scout team practicing football, you're getting beat up and bounced around for 2 hours every day. Now they get to get in here and get in a varsity game and get some good experience and play and hit someone else. And they got some of the guys on the first team on the sideline cheering for them. That's a good feeling.
As Mark Ellis's team goes and as they get healthier, they're going to be tough. They've got some guys on this team that really go after it.
You know, when it bears too, you see Chris Lindstrom too, and last year during this game, right near the end of the game, Chris thought that he might have been having a heart attack and kind of fell ill, and Mark Ellis and his staff went right over to see him, and you know, it was a close game. It was a game that, you know, many on the Westborough side thought that they were robbed with a bad call. I mean, it was an emotional game, and here's the Westborough coaching staff right over, and they were just worried about Chris Lindstrom, a fellow in the coaching fraternity, and just wanted to see how he was and calling for the ambulance to take him to the hospital. He didn't want to go, but fortunately his staff convinced him to go, and he was okay, and a little dehydrated, but okay. But, you know, Chris talking about that and what it meant to him, the class operation that Mark Ellis runs over at Westborough, and the fact that they took such great care of him and had such great concern in a game that was so hotly and heated contested like that. Here's Dudding back in to punt it. And let's see, it hits at the 25, takes a Shepherd Hill bounce, gets down to the 11-yard line. Beautiful punt. – 44-yard punt.
Dudding, who you know, looks to be a Division I guy in college. You know, you better relax on the punting, or they may make him a punter.
I know.
That's 3 in the books here from Carmignani Field. Shepherd Hill on top, 38-15.
Attention contractors and homeowners, there's never been a better time to sell your scrap metals. At Star Scrap Metal of Worcester, we pay cash for your aluminum, brass, copper, stainless steel, and all kinds of wire. Got a large cleanup job? At Star Scrap Metal, complete roll-off services are available, conveniently located at 25 Kansas Street, right off of Cambridge Street in Worcester. Star Scrap Metal of Worcester, proudly serving all residential, commercial, and industrial customers throughout central Massachusetts. Quabog Regional Middle High School, your pathway to 21st century readiness. Quabog provides outstanding opportunities to achieve at high levels. Our dedicated and highly skilled teachers ensure that every student is confident and prepared for life after graduation. Students come first in a safe and fun personalized community with high standards, dedicated to preparing every student for 21st century success. To learn more, visit quabogrsd.org or contact the principal or superintendent to arrange a tour.
We're back, everyone. Fourth quarter here at Carmignani Field. Shepherd Hill in front 38-15 over Westborough in the opener of the high school football season. And Orlando hands it off right up the middle on first down. And a big gain for the Rangers.
Hey.
Orlando comes close to the sideline, checks the play.
Phillips just pounding it in. Yeah, Westborough can look at that long drive there in the third. You know, the way their offense executed. You know, they can look at the way they struck early on against the ones of Shepherd Hill. And, you know, they can look at some positive things that their offense got moving here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is a clear size advantage on the Shepherd Hill side. It looks like their size and the guys they can rotate in. And Westborough's been competing with them all the way through.
And the clock running here in the fourth quarter. Orlando giving the play to his Chargers. First down for the Rangers. Again, a little dive series. Phillips gains 3 yards.
It's been a great atmosphere here, and it is on Friday nights when you come here to Shepherd Hill. The field is usually half to 3/4 ringed with people, and there's kids playing football off in the area in the back behind the end zones, and a lot of people out here in the Dudley Charlton area take a lot of pride in the football program and the athletic program here at Shepherd Hill, and they've had some success to show for it. Of course, Shepherd Hill snapped the Auburn streak last year here on this field. And Auburn won't tell you this, but I'm sure they're looking forward to another matchup with the Hill, as I'm sure the Hill is with Auburn.
Orlando 7 carries for 73 yards. Phillips 11 for 44 yards to lead the Westborough attack. The statistics through 3 quarters: Shepherd Hill 248 yards of offense, all on the ground. Westborough with 188 yards of offense, 82 through the air, and 106 on the ground. It's been a very clean game, just 3 penalties. Orlando 5 of 10 through the air for the 82 yards.
I think there was one game last season that Barry Parento was the head referee, and he didn't blow the whistle the entire game. So we had him mic'd up, but he never spoke the entire game. I think that was at David Prouty last year. Last year or year before.
Little swing pass, and out of bounds.
He found Heffernan out there, close to the first down yardage, and he picked up a first down. You love that. Westborough band, they chirp up if they get that first down or if they score.
Yeah.
They play the da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I like that. Just adds to the atmosphere.
Oh, it certainly does.
Have a great band. And they're on the road. We've seen them at St. John's when we've done a game out there. We've seen them in different places. They travel.
And you always hear fans comment on how great they are and the atmosphere that they bring. It does bring, it's another element that's great. And they swing it to the outside. Oh, lowering the shoulder. Heffernan just running over people. A lot of fight left in Heffernan.
Well, pretty good job, Luis Martinez, just staying home. He had the initial hit on Heffernan. Heffernan just kind of bounced, and then some help came up. Shepherd Hill came in and they executed the way they wanted to offensively, you would think. They really got some guys moving. Their defense was stout. They gave up that touchdown early. And now they're getting a lot of guys some game action here in week 1.
2nd and 1, Orlando to throw. Sets going deep and incomplete, looking for Heffernan out there. Just couldn't get him. Shepherd Hill was out there defensively, though. Tyler Smith was right there.
Billy Bates was out there.
He was looking to get himself a highlight film.
He was roaming over there.
That'll stop the clock with 7:12 to play
May
here.
have to Wikipedia Billy Bates after this. That's what the kids are looking at now, the Wikipedia.
That's true.
Not all those things are true. I'm sure your teachers tell you that. Get a real source, too. I could go on Kevin Shea's Wikipedia page and make stuff up about him.
I don't think I have a page. So you could probably create one and just rip me.
Not a bad idea.
Here you go. Phillips has a first down for the Rangers across midfield down to the 49 of Shepherd Hill.
Good interior blocks. Saw the first one on the inside. Westborough line getting some more time working together. And the more they get to work, the better they're going to be. Robbie Butler Had a big block in the middle there.
And Orlando hands it off again, just a little bit of the belly series. This time it's Hakeem Abrahams. His first carry of the game, just a sophomore.
Again, Westborough went down. They lost some guys to injury in that scrimmage with Doherty and then Gardner. And then they went down and played the Ellis Bowl, and they had a lot of guys see time that were second guys and guys getting experience. And they lost the Ellis Bowl 14-7. And I asked Mark if his record was still good against his brother, and he says he still has the edge, 6-5 in the Ellis Bowl. Still has the winning record.
First down and a lot more. Down inside the 30 to the 26-yard line. A strong run from Heffernan.
Isaiah Corley not getting the tackle for Shepherd Hill. He's a junior.
Each team has 9 first downs in this game. Orlando under center. Abrahams hit at the line of scrimmage, and he continues to plow forward. Abrahams delivering the blow. He's close to a Westborough first down.
Closing in on 4.5 minutes left in this one.
This is the second 10-play drive for Westborough in a row. Long, sustained drives here in the second half.
Look, Westborough lacks right there. Those are lacrosse players. Play for Matt Knopfsinger.
Some laxers. Here's Orlando with a first down, still on his feet, slipping tackles. And Orlando is inside the 10-yard line, down to the 6. Orlando continuing to run hard. Just under 4 minutes to play now in the game. Gets a good block that time too from David Tubman. Tubman, one of the strongest players on this Westborough team.
Oh, good surge right through the middle.
Tremendous
That's Corley
defense.
again.
Tremendous defense.
Corley fires right through.
He's a junior.
Read this play well. Right through, gets on the ball carry, gets a nice textbook tackle around the waist. The 9 o'clock hour.
It's going to be close to
Worcester News tonight. The 9 o'clock news will be immediately following our broadcast here. And then we will join City Vibes Metro in progress at the 9:30 hour.
8-minute drive so far, 8 minutes and counting for Westborough. Under 2 minutes and 45 seconds to play in the game. Abrahams is the lone setback. Heffernan goes in motion, gets the pitch. Heffernan inside the 5, down to the goal line and in for the touchdown. And Heffernan just lowering his shoulders and his headgear, getting a great forward lean and driving through the tacklers. He could smell the goal line, and he wouldn't stop until he crossed it.
Schuma drills the extra point. Kyle Sanders held on that play, held the extra point, and he comes and makes a good block on the outside from his receiver position, sealed off the middle. You see number 1. And then another nice block on the outside. 24 leading the way there for Westborough. That's Rick Casparello. So 2 nice blocks to set up that run. Another touchdown for the Rangers, another long scoring drive, 80 yards. 2.5 minutes to play. It's a 2-score game. 16 points is the difference.
2-minute warning.
2 minutes on the field. So 2 minutes on the field. It's 9:02. I don't know if Chief Steve Wayner is watching, the Dudley Police Chief. We could use an escort out of town if we're driving to Worcester.
I don't think we are. I think we got to stay here.
I don't think you're going to have a choice when they turn the camera off on you.
I think we have to. See if we can grab maybe Drew Ravenel from the Shepherd Hill team for the sportscast. Two minutes remaining in the game. Shepherd Hill on the return. That's a good run by Amico. Amico, someone's fired up. It's a good run from Amico.
That could be our parabolic mic operator, Brad Joyle, former Algonquin offensive lineman.
That's right. Coached by the ultimate T-Hawk.
Yeah, he played
Volcano.
He played on this field for Algonquin. And Westborough, it was his Thanksgiving rival. So he's holding the parabolic mic.
That's
he's
right.
on the Shepherd Hill sideline, so it's probably a good thing he's over there.
20-second timeout,
Westborough calling for a 20-second timeout. What's nice with this Shepherd Hill team, we've mentioned a couple of the names, but you have some guys on the team that had fathers that played here, and that's pretty neat, pretty special, and I'm sure the fathers are just full of pride to come back and come to their alma mater and watch their sons play and see the success, the great success that they've had here at Shepherd Hill. It's a lot of hard work. Doesn't happen by accident. A lot of time and effort put in by these players and the coaches in the off season.
It was a good surge there from Shepherd Hill. It was fun talking to Chris Lindstrom and Mark Ellis too this week, because it meant football was back.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what, Mark Ellis said that to me beforehand. He's like, it was good talking to you guys, because that meant football was back. And we were back. We were ready to play again. And his team will come out again next week and learn from this week and move on as they do, and as they're so good at there. And Shepherd Hill will take a 1-0 victory here in week 1, and they'll move to the next task.
Hill just keeping it on the ground, close down. They're going to mark it 3rd down and inches. And maybe 2 more plays. They might have to run 2 more plays depending on what they give them for time here when they crank it up at 49 seconds.
Maybe the Dudley ambulance can lead us out, Kev, on our way.
That could be our means of getting back in time.
I could put my leg up.
That's a good point. It is indeed a 1st down for Shepherd Hill, and this will be the final time that they have to run a play tonight. And very fitting. The Shepherd Hill grit and toughness and just an unwillingness to go down on contact. No matter who they have in the backfield, they all run the same. Very hard, very tough, with great determination. That will be the final play of the game. Chris Lindstrom waiting for the signal, and there it is indeed. Shepherd Hill defeats Westborough 38-22. We'll take a break, and Andy and I will be back to wrap it all up right after this.
Hi, I'm Devin Sullivan, General Manager here at Lundgren Honda of Auburn. The quality and reliability of pre-owned vehicles improves every year, and that's why many people put them on their shopping list. At Lundgren Honda of Auburn, we have over 100 pre-owned vehicles in stock in a variety of makes and models, including certified used Hondas. Plus, as a one-price value price store, you get our best price right up front on each and every car on our lot, new or used. Experience the Lundgren advantage at Lundgren Honda of Auburn, right on Route 20 or online at lundgrenhonda.com.
Your child's future. Nothing is more important. At St. Peter Marian Junior and Senior High Schools, our students are given a value-based education where they grow academically, as well as become active participants in the community. Our faculty is dedicated to ensuring the success of each student, with 98% of our seniors accepted at their top college choice. Visit us and meet our faculty at our open house, St. Peter Marian Central Catholic Junior Senior High School in Worcester. Visit us at spmguardians.org.
Welcome back, everyone. Chris Lindstrom, the victorious coach here tonight. Shepherd Hill wins 38-22. Andy, a complete team effort from the Hill.
Absolutely. Came out, they played stout on defense, and their offensive line came in. 3 sophomores, and they got some good game experience in. Moved the pile today. Westborough, good fight in them. Good compete all the way through, but this was the Hills' night.
The frenzy comes up tomorrow night, 10:25, folks, a full slate of games, and then Saturday night, Worcester State and WPI College football right here on Charter TV3. For our executive producer, director Sean Grady, our statistician Phil Robo, Andy Lacombe, and our entire Charter TV3 crew, I'm Kevin Shea. Thanks for watching, everyone. Shepherd Hill victorious here on opening night.